Hello crafters, I'm JanB and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. Today I'd like to show you how I made this card. I showed it on my blog recently and I was asked if I'd mind making a video, and no, of course I don't mind, I'm always happy. I'm going to change my colour scheme. I'm going to be using Emerald Envy and also Mint Macaroon for this one. So the card pieces you're going to need, the card base is 8 1/4 inches by 5 3/4 inches, scored and folded at 4 1/8. That's 21 by 14.5 centimetres, scored and folded at 10.5 centimetres. Then a piece of Whisper White, which measures 4 inches by 5 5/8 inches, which is 10.25 by 14.25 centimetres. Then you need a piece of the Mint Macaroon stripe design from the 2015-2017 InColour Designer Series paper stack, which measures 3 7/8 inches by 5 1/2 inches, which is 10 by 14 centimetres. Then you need a piece of Whisper White, which is 4 1/2 inches by 3 1/2 inches, which is 11.4 by 9 centimetres. And then you need a piece of Emerald Envy and Whisper White for the circle, the white circle and the scallop circle, and they should both be 3 1/2 inches by 3 1/2 inches, which is 9 by 9 centimetres. And then you need a piece of Whisper White that is 1/2 inch wide by approximately 2 1/2 inches long, which is 1.2 centimetres by 6.3 centimetres, and a piece of Emerald Envy, which is 5/8 of an inch wide by 2 1/2 inches, which is 1.5 centimetres by 6.3 centimetres. So I'm going to start off with the stamping. I'm going to show you the easy way of doing this tie-dye stamp. It's from the tie-dyed stamp set, which is available as from today in our new spring catalogue that has just gone live. It's these two here, and it is 2-step. There's also that and that, the hearts and the swirly bits. They're 3-step stamping. And also I'm using the custom tee stamp set. I'm going to be using this one. This is what I call the man's t-shirt. That's a lady's t-shirt, and that's a sleeveless one. There's 35 stamps in here altogether. Lots of these little ones are the bits that you can stamp in the middle of your t-shirt, whichever one you choose. Not only has our spring catalogue gone live today, but we've also started Sale-a-bration, which will go on till 31st of March 2017. In case you haven't heard of Sale-a-bration, it's the biggest event that Stampin' Up run during the year, and for every £45 you spend you can choose a gift from the Sale-a-bration catalogue. Now if you bought these two stamp sets, they would cost you £47, so you'd be able to choose an item from Sale-a-bration catalogue, and in there is a stamp set that goes with these two absolutely brilliantly, and it is called Designer Tee. And all of these little slogans here will, these slogans will go inside the t-shirt like that. These are sentiments for you that you can use. But for the price of 2 stamp sets, you can have 3, which is amazing value. Right, okay, so I'm going to show you how easy it is to do this 2-step stamping. So first of all, I'm going to take my darkest colour and ink my stamp up. Make sure it's inked up really nicely, make sure you've got everything. And then turn it over, put it onto your Whisper White cardstock, and you will find that it won't stamp very well. Okay, you can see it's stamped. It's adhered itself to there and to there, but it won't do this bit in the middle. And I can hear lots of you saying, yes, but you should be using a piercing mat. I tried that, one piercing mat, pop that down, and it still won't work. Now it might do if I stood on it, put some real pressure, but it's not working. So, easy way, just turn it upside down, put some scrap paper on it and just rub it with your fingers. You get an absolutely excellent result and no effort. Okay. So that's the first one. Now, if you notice, I've got a little notch down here. I don't know if you can see that, can you? Yes, you can. How that is got a cut out on it, if you like. That was at the bottom here. All right, just to show you how to decide which way these two line up. Right, now I'm going to go for my lighter colour. Again, I'll have my stamp upside down and I'm going to ink that up all over. I'll bring this as close to me as I can and then I'm going to line this up. And what I'm doing is, apart from trying to roughly line up these bits, I'm making sure that straight line down there is lining up with the straight line down here. And it really is quite easy to line this up. Obviously, because it's tie-dye, you don't need perfection. There we go. Now, two things to notice here. One is at the top here, that's got the little cutout in the stamp. So on one of them you want the cutout at the top and the other one you want the cutout at the bottom. Then you know they'll line up beautifully. And the other thing to notice, of course, is that the stamp and the ink has adhered itself to my cardstock here, but not in the centre. So just turn it over and without knocking it, put your paper back on top and just give it a nice gentle little rub. And you will be so pleased with the result. There we go, how about that? That is just so beautiful. I'm going to move these stamps right out of the way because I'm not going to need them again now. And I think I can move the ink pads as well. Right, put that one. You have a choice with this. You can use it this way or you can use it this way. Choice is really yours. On this one here, I did it crossways. I have done one over there that I've done downways, which I'll show you, but I do prefer across, and that's what I'm going to do here. The other thing to bear in mind is if you put your t-shirt towards one of your corners, then you've got extra space here, left over background if you like. So if you wanted to do something else to put it onto your card, again I'll show you that with one of my cards. One of them I did a party sort of effect, and I also stamped a party hat on here and a little bow, and I cut them all out and used them. It may be that you particularly like a certain area and you want to put your t-shirt wherever. Obviously it's your choice. But the other thing that I do is I stamp my sentiment here as well, so that that's on the background, and I prefer that to be going the same way as whatever I have my t-shirt. But again, you could say no, I want mine different, whatever. One of the beauties about card making, we have choices. Right, okay, so I'm just going to stamp this in the bottom corner. Make sure that I don't come down a bit more. Right, okay. Just make sure my sleeve doesn't come off the edge, that's all. There we go. don't do that. Oh, that was lucky. I'm glad that was quick drying ink. Right, now I want to put my sentiment. And the sentiment is actually coming from the Sale-a-bration version, which is this: everything will be okay. Let's see, which is everything. That's the top. I'll bring this down as close as possible. You just fit that inside the t-shirt. Stamp. Could have done with being a bit higher, but that's fine. At least it's straight, which is always my biggest worry. And then birthday boy, I'm going to put right near the top here. Yep, that looks good. So that's all the stamping that I need to do. With the birthday boy, that gets punched out, and I'm going to use the classic label punch for that, which is this one. And the sentiment fits in here beautifully. Both the stars fit in either end really nicely. In fact, it's a bit of a challenge for me being upside down. I think that's right. Okay. And then the t-shirt gets cut out by hand. And just cut the t-shirt out so that you're right close to the edge. If you make a mistake, make it so that you've got a little bit of green on the outside rather than cutting it too far on the inside. But we'll show you a way of correcting that if you do make a mistake. It's something that I like to do anyway when I've got a black edging. Oh, that's better. While I'm doing this, I'll just tell you about one of the other offers from Stampin' Up during Sale-a-bration, and that is if you decide you'd like to sign up as a demo, whether it's to be a hobbyist where you just buy things for yourself and you enjoy the discount, or to be a business builder like myself, it costs you £99, and for that you get to choose £130 worth of free products. But during Sale-a-bration you can choose an extra 2 free stamp sets, which can add on an extra £92 value of your kit, which really is quite something. If you're in UK, Netherlands, France, Germany, Austria, and you're interested, and you don't have a demo, please contact me and I'll be happy to tell you what's involved. There we go. You see these little bits here, this is what I had left over before where I did the party hats, and on one of them I did 3 of these as well, and I had room to do it. Mind you, that was on the girls one, so obviously her t-shirt is a lot smaller. Right, okay, now I have cut into the black a little bit too much on this side. So what I do to remedy that is I take my basic black marker pen and making sure that I keep my brush underneath so that if I slip then I draw on this bit, not on my main bit, and I just put my brush along the edge there like that, and that covers up the white piece. And also if you've cut off too much black, that will put some black on there for you as well. definitely gone too close on that. But just doing this takes off that little white cut edge anyway. But as I say, you must make sure that you keep your brush towards the back of your stamping. I think I may have slipped once or twice here. I'll show you what the back looks like if I have. There we go. There we go, look, there and there. If I'd had my work the other way round, that drawing would be on that side. Right, if I wasn't going to layer that, I would also go around the edge of that with this pen. Again, on the girls' one I did, so I can show you what that looks like. Right, what I need now is to do the die cutting. I'll cut my two shapes out and then I can put the card together. Let's just move that one out of the way. Now this die, the dies that I'm using the I can't think what we call it. It's the stitched. It's something stitched circle die, and these are the layering circle framelits. So first of all, for the white, that's having the stitched one, and then the scallop is going onto the emerald envy. Okay, so that's the stitched one. I just love that set of dies, really gorgeous. And then that's my scalloped circle as well. So I don't need that anymore. So it's just a question of putting everything together now. Now, as you know, I like my Tombow for this job, but whatever you like, whether it's snail or tear and tape or fast views, it will all work. There we go. And this is going to be going onto the back here. And my t-shirt. Oh, missed a bit there, didn't I? That's way out. Quite a nice colour combo there, isn't it? With all the tie-dyeing that I've done with this, I haven't pre-checked any of the colours. I've just gone for it. And they've all worked out. One of them's a little bit on the dark side, but that was one of the men's t-shirts. That's okay. Right, now the last bit I need to do is to layer my sentiment. And what I'm going to do, so that I get the points right on these, I'm going to adhere this one onto the Whisper White first. Just try and make sure I get it straight. I think that's okay. Right, now what I do is I just take my scissors and make a cut so that I'm cutting parallel to the point, and then cut parallel again, and do the same the other end. And then to that end too. And then I'm going to do the same on the Emerald Envy too. Okay, I think that looks straight. And again, I'm going to cut parallel to the white now. There we go. And that was easy. So I'm just going to pop that onto here now. Obviously if you want to use dimensionals you can. I think that's okay. So there we go, there's today's card. Hope you like it and hope you decide to give it a try. There's the one that I showed you at first. This is the one that I think is a bit on the dark side, but it's a man's t-shirt, so I think that's okay. And the ladies t-shirt was this one. Now this is where I haven't layered the way I have done on here, so what I did was I went all round the edge with my black marker pen. Just gives it a little bit of a lift, I suppose, if you like. But as you can see, this was a lot smaller, and therefore I had more of this tie-dye left over. So, you know, I could do a party hat, I could have done some of the candles, all sorts of things too, because I had it left over. But there you go. Hope you like it. Hope you give it a try. Many thanks for joining me today. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments box below or email me at janb@janbcards.com. I'm always very happy to help you. If you'd like to purchase any of the products that I featured here today, if you click on the link in the box below, that'll take you straight to my 24/7 online Stampin' Up shop. And don't forget that you'll be entitled to choose a gift for every £45 you spend. If you've enjoyed my video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking on the subscribe button. That's also free. And I will be putting all the measurements and the products that I've used up on the screen. But if you're watching on a device where you can't see that, if you click on show more in the box down below, that will open up the box and everything will be in there, including the link for my shop. Don't forget, we are going through Sale-a-bration, and there's a special offer with the free gifts for the £45 you spend, and also if you want to join as a demo, you get extra free goodies for that as well. If you don't have a Stampin' Up demonstrator and you'd like copies of the catalogues, please email me and I'll be happy to send them to you. I have English, German and French. Just let me know what you'd like which language you'd like, and I'll be happy to send them to you. Many thanks for joining me today. Until next time, happy crafting. Cheerio.